Okay, so on my own end, I think I could call myself a serial entrepreneur at this point in time, right? Yeah. So where do I even start? Okay, so I've had a couple of businesses that I've had a restaurant that a lot of people will know. It was in Baltimore. It's called The Anonymous. I've said hi in the past because it's currently closed right now. And I also had a healthcare agency at the time in DC. And I currently have another healthcare agency right now that is operational. So in my own experience, I don't know, where do I start? So I have experience in the restaurant industry. I also do have experience in healthcare, a very strong background with healthcare. And with the healthcare, I work with young adults that have intellectual and developmental disabilities in DC, offering them residential services, right? Helping them at home or even community services or just helping them to live an independent life. So think of like your kids or your friends or family members that have like autism, Down syndrome, things like that. We provide services to them in their home. I'm definitely working on growing that by connecting with people in the industry, also being more part of the community. That is something that I'm learning because at first I was just so much in my head. I'm like, oh, let's just try to do it. Like, no, that's not the case. You're providing a community service. You have to be part of the community. You have to meet people in the community. And that's how I met Mr. Oliver Roy. Because I was going to like this community events, and that's how you're able to connect with people. And when people can relate to you, they can trust you and your business, and they can trust you. They can trust that you will provide good service for them, right? And this comes from like a personal place for me because even my eldest sister, she has Down syndrome, right? So she has always been intellectually challenged from a very young age. And I've always kind of been her caretaker because I'm always the one in the house and, you know, and from a very young age. And she's never going to change. She cannot fully recover. All we can do is just help her to adapt and, you know, try to assist her. So that came from like a personal place for me. And then with the restaurant, I think the idea for the restaurant, it was a restaurant and a lounge. It just came because I just wanted money, to be honest. You know what I mean? And I love food. Anyone that knows me knows I love good food, not just random food. Like I love good food, fine dining, tasting. And I think that's something we have in common too. So I think I went to Aroma Lounge. They don't actually know this, but they inspired Anonymous. And Aroma is owned by a Nigerian. I've never met the owner, but you know, hopefully I hope to meet him one day. And I think when we went there, I was there at the time with my partner at the restaurant, and I was like, well, why can we not do this? Do you know what I mean? Why can we not have a nice place owned by Cameroonian, fine dining, all of that, you know? And we can even do 3-in-1. I was like, what they have here is great, but this is really small, and there's some things that were lacking. I could find some things that were lacking.
What was lacking?
Their customer service was very, very slow. That's one thing. The space was really small, and it was given more so like a lounge. It was not a restaurant. So there were like bits and pieces that I was like, if we can do this, but do it better and do it bigger, and then we're going to be able to make a difference. Then that's when I found Anonymous. And actually Anonymous is just, I went to UMBC, and I used to leave literally 5 minutes from the restaurant while I was going to UMBC. So every time on my commute driving to school, I would drive past
and see it.
I didn't think of the location, but I would drive past that area. So finally, when I was looking online, and I just found, and it's crazy. It's crazy how I just did this thing. No research. Terrible mistake. No research, no mentorship. I've never owned a business before. I've never done this before. It's just like I just dived in.
That was a big mistake.
Such a big mistake. Do you know what I mean? And it's even crazy that it worked out. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, no funding, like, and we found the space, and you already had a kitchen. It was already a restaurant before. I think we invested almost like $500,000 into the renovation. Terrible idea for a business that you don't even know how much it's gonna make for you. How can you invest in $500,000 into it? From like crazy loans that we took, we negotiated the rent, we negotiated the lease for the rent, but it was a terrible negotiation because at the end of the day we were screwed, and we had no idea even when it came to like staff. And I think one of my biggest mistakes was even just like the partnership. I didn't understand the importance of the partnership that you're having. And I think ultimately, despite our mistakes, despite our lack of knowledge, there was a need for it in the industry. Because immediately when we opened, I kid you not, our doors were flooded. We were like, there were so many people coming in. And I think that's standard for every restaurant. I don't think it means that you're great. I think it's standard. Every time you open a restaurant, people are excited. They're like, oh, it's a new thing in town. Especially for Baltimore, that is very like niche culture. Everyone knows everyone. Once you're opening a restaurant, they're like, it's black owned. Okay, everyone is running down there. But it's good. But the problem too is everyone is coming there, but you don't want everyone. What standard do you want your restaurant to have? Who are the people that you want to attract? Do you know what I mean? What is the crowd you want to attract? And what is even from the music you're playing to even the things you allow to happen, and even the staff you have, how the staff dresses, how they address the customers, all of that plays a difference.
And that's how you were able to learn.
Yeah. So, the first year was definitely so challenging. We ran through, I think altogether we ran through probably like 200 staff.
That's a lot.
No kidding. From management to server to bartender to bar backs to people, the cleaners to the cooks. It was terrible. And I would take full accountability to just say that even our management, was bad. Because you don't even know what you're looking for. You're trying to hire someone to do a job that you don't even know how the job's supposed to be done. And you're like, okay, well, I think I want to see the money. Okay, let's follow the money. And you're like, I think this is what I want you to pay attention to. This is this. And then they come and they're like, well, I've been doing this for a long time and this and this and this. And you don't even know how to like catch their mistakes. Because you don't know about it. So it's like, from the diary of a CEO, it's like, it's an unknown. You don't know what you don't know. You don't even know that you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, you're totally in the unknown. And I think this is standard for a lot of businesses. Sometimes even when you have knowledge and your research, you still get in that place of unknown. But you don't even know what you need because you do not know you needed it.